What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. So, guys, for those of you who played high school basketball, for some of you who played in AAU leagues, and AAU leagues started to become popular, I would say like in the late 80s, early 90s. In Sacramento, we had the Sacramento Nike League. There was the Salvation Army League. And of course, when I was in high school or, basically in middle school, I was on these AAU teams at the time. Now, of course, now it's huge. Even the social media content is huge, right? The vendors are huge now. You have like Ball is Life YouTube channel. It's a big business with AAU leagues. And when I was getting started in it, it was not that big of a deal. And of course, the AAU teams, the games are a little bit more informal. Sometimes they're playing instead of on the main courts, they're playing on side courts, like side to side. And, but like I said, it's popular. A lot of people get, more recognition, especially individual players. There are Adidas camps, things like that. So you guys know what I'm talking about. But there's the Hardwood Classic X Classic that's at Staley High School Gymnasium. I believe it's in Kansas City, Missouri. And we can't play the clip. I mean, we have some screenshots here. It looks like the head coach was unhappy based on a missed call. Now, let me just say this. Referees can make mistakes, all right? But what I'm thinking about here is AAU leagues are so informal. Like I said, people don't really respect AAU. You have all these people, bringing out their families and friends and stuff like that. Usually the coaches are dressed casually and things like that. So the AAU coach runs onto the court, right? As if you wanted to fight the referee, all right? So then what ended up happening was the coach kind of swung down in the air out of frustration. And the referee, he took off on the guy because he took that as a threat, which is quite natural. It's like if you're going to be swinging in any direction, well, the next person you're going to swing is me. And then after that, the referee got his ass beat. So now you have two grown men who are coaching high school players. One of them is a coach, one's a referee. Once the ref took the punch, people from the sidelines came in, was beating them up. The young players are beating them up. And then basically that happened. All right. And the ref in the video is Caleb McConnell. All right. And, he was talking about him, that he basically was pushing up on him. He had to catch a hot one to the face. And, guys jumped, couldn't take an ass whooping. But now let me just say this for these guys who are referees. They don't get paid enough to deal with a lot of the bullshit that goes on in some of these communities. And I want to go to this particular Twitter post where the guy has a really great point. Okay. And what is he saying? He says, listen, they have to learn how to control the game. That's one of them. But here's the best one. Unbelievable. No wonder we are losing referees for all sports. Anyone, regardless of qualifications, can coach, heading in the wrong direction quickly for the kids, right? Think about it. This is so true, guys, especially in the urban centers. You have these ghetto ass AAU coaches. Guys, we just gonna be real. You have ghetto ass AAU coaches. Some of them, I'm just gonna be real, criminal records. Maybe they love the kids, maybe they don't. And we all know the Pookie and Ray football coaches, who some of them are dating the kids' mothers. So we all know about that too. But now at the same time, anybody can coach an AAU team. All right. And these referees are out here running around all day. I've seen even videos of the kids whooping on the referees. And I'm going to tell you what the problem is. It's not just that the single parenthood is messing with the players. The single parenthood with no black fathers is messing with the goddamn coaches. That's right. You have these entitled black men who become coaches that are horrible examples for the players. Now, is it fair that the head coach is an idiot and now he didn't got his team disqualified? Folks and paid their money. This is one of the reasons why I try to tell brothers sometimes, you know, we got to really appreciate the people who do things for us in these AAU leagues and these football coaching staffs, the Pee Wee leagues and stuff like that. Pop Warner and stuff. Little League Baseball. Because these damn coaches and these fucking parents, some of them are freaking crazy. We're just going to call it for what it is. Freaking crazy. All right? Where's the order? And I can guarantee you, if you go in some of these particular environments, you don't even know who got a gun. You don't know who got a gun. All these goddamn Pookies and Ray Rays out here. People will be mad, wanting to shoot you and fight you after the show. After the game. And isn't it ridiculous? Like, think about it, you're a parent. Are you afraid to send your kid to something like this? And God forbid, if you in Chicago, summer leagues, Philadelphia, shoot, the goddamn referee got more bodies than the dudes on the goddamn rap tapes. It's horrible. And the thing is that we don't know how to disagree as men. Let me tell you a story real quick. I was staying at the hotel, one of my favorite hotels in Warsaw. I won't mention the name. I was on the phone with Brother George Megan. And the particular hotel I was going to see my daughter. It's not my biological daughter, but she's living in Poland too. So she's Ugandan, but she's been living there for about 4 years now. So I was going to see her, let her spend some of my money and stuff like that, right? Typical stuff. Didn't make fun of her weaving the sandal up. But anyways, so I'm going there and I go to check in, and they give me the card to check into the hotel room. So I checked to the hotel room. I walked in. It was like a dude just getting out of the shower. He looked at me. I'm looking at him. A dude looks like he's probably like some sort of UFC fighter or something like that. So obviously, I don't know what the fuck is going on. So I back up and I'm like, well, obviously this is your room, bro. So I go downstairs. And he looks at me and he goes downstairs too. So I was explaining to him that they gave me this key. So he went down and he talked to them, but he wasn't angry. He wasn't like tearing up shit like most Americans would have been if it was in a black America, it'd have been crazy. But the masculinity that these guys have from the culture, they understood that a problem happened, but now the way to handle it was still with some level of decorum. And they sorted it out. They took care of it as men. And he went back up around his day. He shook his head at me and everything. Everything was cool. But because he had been around strong men in his life, that although you have a situation, it doesn't mean that you need to act like an asshole. But you see, you can't. Some of our brothers and sisters don't know how to do that. The one thing they know how to do is something goes wrong and start fighting or shooting. And it's not only the young men; it's these goddamn the guys who should be setting an example. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Junker. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the first comment at the top, and as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.